Coach. Thanks. We're about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Philadelphia Eagles and our home team. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Throwing on first down is Murray. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Strip that ball.
On the counter, here's Gordon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Check three.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Here we go, here we go. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 81, 81. Here, 57, Mike, 57. Here we go, here we go.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On the move to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 33. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Here's Sanders. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Wentz. That is caught. It's Tajae Sharpe. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chargers will get the football at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now Gordon. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Wild Bill, Wild Bill.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
A little bit of space there for the 1st down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Casey Hayward with a sack on the well-timed corner blitz.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Gets it to Gordon. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
56 to Mike. 56 is low. Hey, watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Throwing on second and 14. Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Eagles take over first down. Let's go. At their own 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
And it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On second down now, it's Sanders. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. To throw again on second down. Murray able to get this to Gordon. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Let's go, B. Big series right here.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, watch the slant. Hey, check 24, check 24. Alert flare, flare.
Murray to air it out again. Going deep here for Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time, and it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Murray again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go!
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Wentz. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way,
this is intercepted. Now bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And he's got room. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Charger drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. That throw into the arms of Allen. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Murray now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
Pick it up. Check 52.
That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And it's complete. Henry. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Crunch. Switch.
First down, Murray. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To try again after the sack. Murray, and that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Mike's 47.
Play fake. Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jalen Mills. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
A gain of 3, second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 27.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey, Lou. He's coming to double up. Check it. Kill.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. Got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Here we go, back.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz completes it to Aguilar. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
He's coming to you. He's coming to you. Mark Simpson. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. And oh, what a catch there by Allen. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
The throw over the middle taken in. And a few little style points on the juke, but not much room to maneuver after that. 5 yards on the catch there brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Throwing again, Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
To throw, it's Murray. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Jalen Mills getting a hand in there defensively. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They're going for it. Hits Murray. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Stiff-armed him. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Another run here with Sanders.
Come on.
Room here to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the screen.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Murray now to throw. And he fires one incomplete. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the 2-point try. From the gun, Murray. Out to his left. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Sunday.
Wentz to throw. He's going to air one out. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the 2-point try.
Let's get off the field, D. Go, Mike 51, Mike.
Shotgun now from Murray. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wentz. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something."
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The intended receiver there, Allen. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Eagles, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Big numbers.